Well, hello everybody and happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, December 9th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Lisa Freeman coming to you live from Chesapeake, Virginia and stampingwithlisa.com. And we got snow. I see a lot of you guys posting you have snow. We got a couple inches of snow yesterday. It looks like a blizzard for a little while. They let school out and it was exciting. But I got to tell you about my day yesterday because it was a trip. It was like the worst day ever. Not the worst day ever, but it was just a crazy day. So, had to cancel my classes. Well, my class this morning. I was supposed to have class today and Thursday, so I'm still having my class Thursday, but it snowed yesterday, so the roads were kind of bad, and there was a delay for school today and stuff, so I canceled my class today. But what we're making is one of the gifts that I'm giving to my people that come to class every month. And it's kind of like Stamp Club, but most of mine have been coming for years and years and years, and they just pay a fee instead of buying stuff. So, but just as a little thank you gift, I'm making them this. And also my crack candy I'm making tomorrow. And you guys know what that is, Crack Krispies. I give you the recipe every year, but if you're new, I'll give you the recipe. Not today because I forgot to bring it, but it's basically white chocolate, peanut butter, Rice Krispies, marshmallows, and peanuts mixed together. And then you just kind of put it in balls and lay it on wax paper and let it harden up. And it's like a little bite of heaven. It kind of tastes a little bit like Reese's peanut butter cup mixed with, it's almost like a whatchamacallit a little bit. Remember the whatchamacallit candy bars? It kind of tastes a little bit like that. But they're really, really good. So everybody always looks forward to that. So that's what we're making. So it's a really cute little treat box, and I filled it with all sorts of little things. And you'll see that after we make it. So we're going to do 2. But the biggest exciting news that we just found out about is free shipping special, which thank God, because I don't know if you guys are as broke as I am, but I haven't bought anything this month. Except the paper pumpkin deal. I did buy that. But I have a bunch of things in my cart that I was waiting. I was like, please, please let there be free shipping this month, because I know I need some orders bad. So starting tonight at midnight Mountain Time, which is 2 o'clock our time, free shipping on all orders $75 or more. Don't forget the last chance list. So you have all that sales stuff that they just put in from the holiday mini. So you can get your free shipping on all that stuff, and also the product of the month. So since you're already going to have to order $75 to get the free shipping, you'll get that product of the month for $5. And it's a really nice pack of designer paper. So great, great deal. And if you're a demonstrator, you can also pre-order all the new spring mini products and get free shipping on that. So great deal on all that stuff. So I have a ton of happy mail to show you guys. I got all this in the mail just in the last couple days. So let me show you that. So most of these are Christmas cards. This one is from Toby Robles, and it's a beautiful card. I love it. And it is an easel card. And I love that ring. I think it is from Stampin' Up. We have some kind of ring, but I don't know if it's exactly the same size as this, but it's a really cute card. So it's like that. And then on the back is the words you can write, sentiments and stuff. So isn't that cute? Love it. So thank you, Toby, for that. So that'll go in the contest. So don't forget, it is the Christmas card contest going on right now. So if you send me a Christmas card, you'll be entered into the drawing. This one is from Carol Helms. She also sent my mother a Christmas card, and that's adorable. I want to say this is from a kit. I'm not positive, but I think it's from a card kit. And I laughed when I saw the address because it says Greenway Road, but it's actually 309 Grain, like Grain Way, no road. But then she put the right address on my mother's card. And I was like, okay, well, it got here anyway. I'm surprised. I guess there is no Greenway Road, but I'm glad it made it here. And then this one is from Marie Anderberry, and she said she didn't have time to do a card, so she's out of commission. I can't remember what she's got, but she sent me a whole ton of stamps. I was like, yeah, buddy, I hit the jackpot on that one. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I can always use stamps to mail out all of the cards that I send out. So it is quite expensive every month doing all those cards. So this one is from Betty Burke. I thought this was really cute. It's like a Christmas tropical card. And she says, major candy recipe, and everybody loves it. Now they want more with milk chocolate. So mine's with white chocolate, but of course, what I've seen is make it with the white chocolate, then take the regular milk chocolate, put it in a bag, and cut a little slit, and then just drizzle it on the top. And that makes it really good too. There's actually I can't remember the name of it. It's like a bakery around here somewhere. They actually made that same candy one year and did the drizzle on top and won first place for like Christmas candy contest. This one is from Loretta Pearson, and I want to say this was a kit too. I've seen it somewhere before. I think it's a Christmas card kit. Love that. I always love birds. I love bird stamp sets. And this one is from, let me see, Brown. Last name Brown. I can't remember who this is from. Oops. Oh, it's from Bina Basia, Anita. Her name's Anita. So she sent me a Starbucks card. So this is the front, and it's a fun fold like this, and then this opens like that. Isn't that cute? Love it. I might have to make one of those. So it's basically like a regular card folded in half and then folded in half again, and then it's also got this piece coming inside like that. So really cute. Love it. Thank you. I love getting the treats when I open them up. It's always like, yay, an extra bonus. This one is from Deborah Mercunis, and it's a fun fold too. So it opens this way and then that way. Love that. Very cute. It's got all the peppermints on the front. I thought those retired last year, and then after I got rid of mine, I found out it didn't retire. But they were sold out at the end of the last holiday mini, and so I thought they were just gone, and I was like, oh well. So I just I had a few packs left and I sold them, and then I was like, oh, they're not discontinued. So then I had to order some more. This one is from Mel. Oh, this is from Melanie Mel. So this is really cute. Love it. And then this one is from Debbie Lindauer. This is a fun fold too. So you open it this way, and then this way, and that way. So you've got all sorts of stuff. So this way, and that way. Beautiful. Love, love, love that. Love it. Love that paper. Thank you so much. So that's for the card contest. Then this one is from Shirley Gentry. And this is beautiful. And it's also an easel card. So there you go. It opens like that. I know it's hard to see sometimes when it's just from above, but it's got the little lamb as the place keeper, and then that's how it opens like that. And then a note inside. Isn't that cute? And then she sent one for my mother and for Brenda. So thank you for doing that. And then this one, Forgot who this one is from. This is from Tracy O'Connell. So this is a fun fold that I have never seen before. So it's kind of like sideways. She had to put it in a special envelope. So it's kind of sideways, and then you open it, and it's like that. So you got to have a bigger envelope for that one, but very cute. Love that. So that's all my Happy Mail. Don't forget, this is the card kit, is the napkin. I remembered to bring it in here today. So you get to pick if you order over $100, which hopefully a lot of you guys will be ordering in the next couple days. So if your order's over 100, you get to pick one of these kits. So you'll get the napkin, whichever one you want. Just pick the blue one or the pink one. And you'll get the supplies to make 3 of each of the, or 3 of whichever one you pick. Okay, so I think that is it. And today's the last day of the Cyber Monday sale, which is the paper pumpkin kits. I forgot to say hello, didn't I? I sure did. Hey Amy, hey Wendy, hey Marva, hey Diana, hey Brenda, hey Trina, hey Hilda, hey Amy, hey Shirley. Oops, I already said Amy, didn't I? Hey Carol. Hey Patricia. Hey Bina. Hey Marva. I think I already said Marva, didn't I? And I said Wendy. I always lose track of who I've already said hi to. Hey Gloria. Hey Jalen. Hey Patty. Hey Marilyn. Now I'm all mixed up. Hey Tootsie Bell. Hey Lisa. I'm gonna do a couple more and then we're gonna stop. Let me see. Who did I miss in here? Amy. I think I got Amy Davis. Going to the post office tomorrow. Let me see. Hey, Heather. Okay. Hey, Lori. All right, I'm going to stop. So what we're using today, one stamp. This is really, really super easy. The only thing you have to stamp is that right there. And I made it so it was like for any occasion, but you could certainly make these as Christmas gifts because I used the Christmas paper. But I picked the one that was probably like the least Christmassy out of the pack because I had a whole bunch of these left. So I hadn't used this piece yet, but I've used almost all the other pieces. And we're using the Peace on Earth stamp set, which comes with the big hugs. So you could use Peace on Earth, or you could, I used the Sympathy before. That's a good one. Heartfelt Prayers. Peace, Love, Joy, I don't think would fit unless you cut it apart. But I love either one of these. So you could do it Christmas or just for any occasion. And heartfelt prayers would be good. Like if somebody's going through a hard time and you want to put some little gift in there. So it's a great way to use up your designer paper. We're using this pack right here, which is one of my favorites. And I don't think this one is retiring yet. It probably will, but not right this minute. So let me go through real quick. So we're using this piece, and we're using this piece. We're using, and not that one, not that one, not this one. But did I pick out all of them? I think I did. I have a bunch of these left too. So I only have a couple of those. A bunch of the lighter doves. Oh, we're using this one. I think I already showed that, didn't I? Yeah. And this is another good one to do for all occasion, I think. But I hate to use the back of that because this is so pretty. So I'd probably use this one if I was doing it for Christmas, and then use the one that I'm using if you're not doing it for Christmas. So there you go. And I think, as far as I know, that's not retiring right now. I think it was about the only one. All right, so what you're going to do is take one sheet of designer paper, and if I can get the other half, I'm off thumbs today, cut it in half. So this is one sheet of designer paper. I just cut it right in half. And make sure you go the direction of the pattern. So my pattern's going up, and the box is going to go across this way. So you're going to be folding it, you know, like this way for the box. This is going to be your bottom here. So make sure if you have a pattern, you slice it across the middle and make sure your pattern's going up. So I'm going to show you how to score it. So we're going to do that first. And I already marked it on here to make it easy. So I already marked it at 1 inch. And this is my little Stampin' Up! Scoring tool. So I'm going to use the fat end. So keep it right up here against the top. Do you guys have this? Mine never stays shut in this part, this little thing. I think I should just tape it. So I'm just going to score it at 1. And the only reason I did that at 1, because usually you leave like a 1/2 inch. I just didn't feel like cutting it again. Because I'm like, if I just leave it 12 inches, it'll be easier just to make it that way and just put an inch over here. And then this is 3.5. So you're going to score it 1, 3.5, 6.5, and 9. And I made up this box myself. So what I did was I said, I just want to make a really easy box using 1/2 sheet of DSP. So I kind of wrote out a piece of paper and put 12 inches across. And then it's 6 inches this way, and we're going to score it from the bottom 2 inches. So we want to do 2 inches up from the bottom. All right, so we've got that. It's easier to see on the back. So you can see it's 2 inches up, and then I scored it at 1, 3.5, 6.5, and 9. So what you do when you want to create a little box like this, you have to account for how much you're going to have in your fold, which is where you are going to put it together. And you do need to score each of these folds, creases. Let me make this go out of the way right here. So then after you take that inch away, that leaves 11 inches. And 2 sides, the front and the back, have to be the same, and then the 2 sides have to be the same. So I'm like, okay, that leaves me with 11 inches, and I said I want the front to be a little bit wider, about like 3 inches, and the side to be about 2.5 inches. So that worked out perfectly. So this is 3 inches, 2.5, 3, 2.5, which gives me 11 if you add it together. So I just wrote down my scoring lines and did it. So let's go ahead and fold this up and crease really good. So it's pretty easy to create a box, or, you know, a pouch, whatever you want to call this, treat bag. Just by kind of figuring out the math along the way. And then fold it on that score line from the bottom. Okay, so now we've got it all scored like that, so you can see it. It is much easier to see on the back, I think. Oh, I got to tell you my story about this phone. So I got a new phone yesterday. You never use scoring tools, just eyeball it? What? Oh man, if I eyeballed it, I'd be so scared that it would be a little bit off, and then it's not going to fold up right. You have one, Lisa, and it stays closed. What? You have one? Oh, that thing. The thing on the top of the scoring thing. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to cut this part out right here. This little, this is where we're going to fold it over and glue it together. So you don't really need this part right here. And then the other thing that I like to do when I'm making any kind of a pouch is I like to, I think it's called miter, but I'm not positive the word I'm looking for. Just cut little triangles out of your, instead of cutting straight up like this, then sometimes when you're folding it together, it just creates like, it gets all bunched up. So I like to cut out just a little bit of a triangle out of each side like that. So you have, it just goes together better. So you don't want to have a big amount, but just a little bit. And they don't have to be exactly the same, just, you know, a little bit out of each one. That's kind of crooked though. Let's do a little bit more. So yesterday, well, I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I get my Cox cable bill, cable and internet. And it's like beyond ridiculous. It went up like $85 or something. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because it's almost $200 just for internet and cable. And I have basic everything. But they kind of have a monopoly in this area because they're the only one there is, you know. We've got our yards dug up for Verizon, but I don't think Verizon is working yet. So there we go. We've cut, oops, I forgot the end one. Cut that end one up. There we go. All right, so now we got them all done. And if you want to, you could do this one, but you don't really have to. That's just gonna, well, let's go ahead and do it anyway. Just to, there we go. Verizon's not working yet because nobody has it. All right, so then you want to put some tear tape, and there it is. I have a bunch of rolls that are almost empty from all the kits I've got. Trying to read some comments too. Verizon is not cheaper. Yeah, they'll trick you into switching, and then once you switch, they'll jump the price up. I'm shocked that cable TV is still as expensive as it is, because most people have like so many streaming things. They don't like, I really don't even hardly watch TV that much anymore. I watch Netflix and Amazon. And then what you're going to do is you can fold it over and just close it after you peel that off. And then you got to pick one of these to be your bottom part. Usually what I do is, like, wherever that seam is, I want to choose one that's on the opposite side. So this is going to be my front, so the seam won't show. So if this is my front, then I want this one to be the one that's glued down on the top. So we're going to be not the one next to this, but the next one over is going to be my front. And depending on how you score, this piece right here could be on this side or this side, depending on if you use the, see, I do mine upside down on my trimmer. So my other ones actually are on the other side. All right, so let me go ahead and put 3 pieces just to make sure it sticks good. All right, so that's gonna be the bottom, the last piece I glue together. All right, so we're just gonna take this one off, and I keep forgetting to tell you my story. So anyway, I called Cox a couple weeks ago, and I said, we need to do something about this bill or I'm gonna have to cancel, because it's just too much. So fold it right in half, and it should line right up there. And now you have your box. So we wanted this to be the front, right? Because that's the piece with the tape on it. So this is my front piece right here. So this is what I'm going to decorate. So I've got, here's all the pieces. I was going to do 2 of these, but I think I'm just going to do 1. So this is the measurements. I'm just going to put this out here so you'll have the measurements. And then we've got the circle, this piece, and here's the measurements for the circle. All right, so here's all your pieces. And we'll just put that like that. All right, so it's 6 by 12 inches. This is actually folded up in half, but it won't be in the picture if you don't see it. But you're gonna score it 2 inches from the bottom, and then 1, 3.5, 6.5, and 9 on the long side. And then we need this little piece of designer paper, this piece of designer paper, and it is designer paper. It looks like it's not, but it is. This is just cloud cover, and this is designer paper also. So these 2 are like the cloudy looking one on there. Okay. So there's, whoops, let me get my hands out of the way. So I called about the bill, and, you know, of course you got to talk to somebody that's on in another country, because nobody like in the United States will answer the phone. So I get this girl, and I don't know where she is, Philippines or somewhere. And so she's sweet as she could be, and she helps me, and she keeps checking and putting me on hold forever. And Did y'all get a screenshot, I hope? And she comes back and she said, well, the only thing I can do is such and such, and that'll give you just like $20 off. And I'm like, oh no, we gotta do some more stuff. I said, what else can I do? So she's like, well, you could take off your recording capability. So now I can't record anything. And that was like $25. And then a few other little things here and there. So she finally gets it down to under $200. And she said that's as low as she could go. And I was like, great. So not great like great, but great like, okay. I'm like, are you sure there's nothing? And she goes, well, we do have a deal with the mobile phone. If you sign up for Cox Mobile, you know, you get the free phone and you get a discount, another discount. And I was like, oh yeah. I said, I saw an email about that. And I said, yeah, I need a new phone because mine's like 3 years old. So we're going to put this together while I'm talking. So this is going to go like right about in the middle. And this is just my cloud cover. So, she says, okay, you get a free iPhone 17 Pro and you just have to trade in your current phone. And she asked me what it was. And, you know, I had a 14. She's like, oh, no problem. So everything was no problem. Till we get to the end. So I had to call Verizon. Like, she let me call while we're on the phone. I call Verizon and get the PIN number and all this stuff to disconnect Verizon so she can connect my new phone. Turns out they're out of the iPhone 17. And she goes, oh, we're out of stock right now. And I said, well, so what does that mean? And she goes, well, no worries. We can go ahead and sign you up today. And then when they come in next week, I can just ship one to you and then we can transfer it. And I told her ahead of time, you know, I said, I want to keep my number because, you know, it's a business line. And I said, like, hundreds of people have my phone number. I don't want to have to deal with having to switch it and blah, blah. No problem. So I had my Cox, switched from Verizon to Cox a couple weeks ago. I'm waiting, never get the phone. So I called Cox yesterday and they're like, oh, well, you should have waited. She should have told you should have waited if the phone wasn't in stock. And I said, well, it was kind of like after the fact. We already went ahead and signed up and everything. And then she tells me it's out of stock. And we're going to stamp this. So we're going to be using Misty Moonlight. And the only one I could find was this horrible one that is like chewed up. So I need to order a new one. Because I have two, but I don't know where the other one is. So we're going to be using our Big Hugs. I re-inked this, but it's still hard as a rock. You know how normally you're like tap gently on your ink pad because it's like a sponge? This one's like a brick. It's kind of like those stays-on pads, you know, how they dry up and nothing. You could put a whole bottle of refill in there and it's not going to help. So hopefully this will show up. I don't know. It just barely fits on this circle. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Yay. All right, so we're done. Oh, you know what I'm going to do is roll it. So let's just roll that. It's so hard. It's so hard. Look at all that. Looks like it took a knife and chopped it up. I definitely need a new one. All right, so we're going to put this on with some dimensionals. So I call Cox and they're telling me, and the girl had put everything in the notes about sending the phone and all this stuff. And she goes, well, she must have been new because she's not supposed to do that and da-da-da. So they're like, what we can do, we can still give you the new phone, but we're going to have to switch your number because once you transferred that phone over from Verizon, that was like your phone that you signed up with. She said, so now your phone is not, you're not considered a new customer because you've already had it for 2 weeks. So the only way that they could do it is to give me a new number. And I said, you got to be kidding me, because I was so mad. I mean, so mad. And I said, well, that's not fair because it was her fault. And they said, I understand. So they put me on hold for like 15 times trying to talk to people, you know, to see if they could do anything. So we're going to fold the 2 short ones in, and then that one. And then the one with the tape is always the last one. So we're going to do that. So after an hour on the phone with that, they said, the only way they could do it now too was to shut off my current phone, and they would ship me the new phone. And I said, well, I can't go for like 3 days with no phone. They said, well, you're going to have to go to the Cox store. And I said, you got to be kidding me. After all this, I said, I could have done that originally probably and gotten the phone the first time. And they said, yeah, you're right. So after that, and now we're getting sleet because yesterday was this big winter storm coming. All right, so inside the box, I'm going to put a little hand sanitizer, and it fell over. And I've got these little treats from Sam's Club, or you can get them at Walmart too. They're like little mini wafer things. They're really good. And then I've got some Lindor truffles. We're going to put a few of those in there. And then I've also got these little keychains I ordered from the company I hate to order from, but I saw these and I was like, these are a good deal. So they're little keychains with Bible verses in them, and they're really pretty. So I ordered these to give as gifts for Christmas for a bunch of people, so I love them. And I think, oh, I put a little, I lost it now, a little post-it note. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Little post-it note. So they get their new mini catalog at class, so they can use that. So then we're going to pinch this together like so. And then it makes your little pouch like an egg cart. I mean, not egg cart, milk carton. Then I was digging. I was looking for clips to clip it together because I didn't want to punch it. So I went searching through my drawers of everything. And I found these. These are from like 1925. I don't know. They're like forever old. No, they're not 1925. They're probably from before. Let me see. I would say these are at least 10 years old, at least, probably. I don't even know if there's an item number on there. Oh, it is. 112. Now, you know if it's 112, that's probably 2000, early 2000. So it's these little clips we had a long time ago. Any clips will do. You can get some at the Dollar Tree. And we're going to clip this together. It doesn't open very big, so it's hard to get it on there. You got to get it just right. There we go. And then slide it over to the middle. And then we're going to tie a bow. So I drive in the sleet, in the storm, to the Cox store yesterday. And I get there. Luckily, there's hardly anybody there. And the people were so nice. I mean, they were just like bending over backwards. So nice, which was really good. But they basically told me the same thing. They're like, oh man, you should have just come here first. We could have really taken care of you and done it, and everything would have been fine. But they did the same thing. They called like the IT department. Everybody there's like, there's no way we can get it on the computer without changing your number. And I was like, oh, that sucks. So the guy said, here's what we could do though. He said, we can give you like a little cheapo burner phone with your old number on there. My same number I had. And he said, they would count as a second line. He said, but here's the funny part. It makes your bill $25 cheaper. So I said, that makes absolutely no sense. So that's what we did. So now I have my cheapo phone with my old phone number on it that I don't want to use because it's like, you know, a crummy little phone. But at least, you know, if some people don't know that I have a new phone number, I can still reach them, you know, get messages and phone calls and stuff. So I'll have that until I switch everything over. So now I've got to get new business cards. Every single like app that I have on my phone has, all right, so there's the bow. Now we got to do some rhinestones. You know how you have like your verification to get in your apps and stuff? All of mine have my phone number on there. So now I can't get into like a bunch of my apps because it's two-step verification and stuff. And it wants to send a text message to, well, naturally I can if I have the old phone, but the other thing was I come home and it was the iPhone 17. I don't know if you guys know this, but they have new chargers that are way different than the old chargers. And it comes with two ends. Like, this is the charger. Both ends are the same, and they call it a USB-C, I think. So both ends of the charger look the same, and they both fit in the phone. So I get home and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? I can't charge my phone with that. So I call back up there and they're like, oh, you have to get an adapter. And they're like, if you want to run back up here, we could just give you one for free. I said, I am not going back out, because by then it's a blizzard outside. So anyway, I spent 4 hours at the Cox store yesterday because it took that long to do all that. And then my phone had a theft lock on it. So when they tried to switch the phone over to the new phone, and you go in the Find My Phone thing, it automatically went into lockdown and shut off for an hour. We had to sit there for an hour and wait. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's crazy. So that's what I went through yesterday. So needless to say, I was like crazy grumpy when I got home. But the people were so nice. I really have to say, the people that helped me were the nicest people ever. So that part was good. All right, so there's our little pouches. Aren't they cute? And you can do this with any paper you want. All you need is a 6x12 piece of designer paper to make these. So they're super, super easy. So hopefully you got the screenshot of how to make them, or you can watch the video again. So yes, I really, really came home and wanted some ice cream. But I don't have any ice cream because I'm trying to be good. So I was just like, what else could happen yesterday? That was crazy. All right, so now I've got a joke or 2 or 3 or 4 for you. So we've got lots of funny jokes. Oh, I forgot to tell you the craziest part. So while we're sitting there waiting for my phone, we're just like talking and hanging out and, becoming best friends with these people while we're waiting for my phone to unlock. And all of a sudden, we see this car come like hauling through. Luckily, it's kind of in this little corner of the parking lot. But this lady comes like flying into the parking lot, straight into the handicap spot, straight up to the front door, and misses hitting the front door by inches. Literally, we thought she was going to come crashing through the door, but she slammed on the brakes at the last second. Well, turns out it's this little old lady, like 80-some years old, and she puts the car in park, and the guy runs out there, and he's like, because he thought maybe she was having a stroke or something. He's like, are you okay? And, it's blizzard out there. And she's like, yeah. And so then he helps her in. She's got a walker. And she comes in, with her little walker all hunched over. And she's probably 85 years old. And we're all looking at her like, does she know that she almost ran right into the store? So her car is up on so there was the handicap spot with the concrete, the blue concrete thing that's in front of the parking spot, then the curb, and then she went over the concrete thing up on the curb, and the front half of her car's on the sidewalk. And she didn't back up. She just got out. So we're all just like staring at her like, we need to call the police because she should not be getting back in that car. I'm thinking she could have killed somebody, but anyway, that's my story. So, let me get the joke for you. We need to lighten the mood here. Hold on. That was the crazy day I had. So, if you're exhausted listening to that, just think how I was. Okay, so I've got some quickie jokes. Today's quickie jokes. What kind of pictures do Santa's helpers take? And you guys are supposed to say, what kind? Elfies. Like selfies, but they're elfies. When do the earliest ducks get up? When? At the quack of dawn. These are jokes for my mother to tell. I think I did this one before because it sounds familiar. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose? What? Nobody knows. This one is cute. What do you call a rabbit with fleas? What? Bugs Bunny. I think these would all be good jokes for my mother. I think that last one's cute. They're all from a site called Dad Jokes. And I get all these really cute little jokes now from there. So I hope you like the jokes. Now we got some cards to give away. And I got to make a few more of these little pouches tonight. So here we go. We got a couple that were not claimed. So let me put those out here. All right, so don't forget, tonight at midnight Mountain Time is the free shipping special. So what I would do is put everything in your cart before you go to bed, and then as soon as you wake up, get your cart and hit send, so you can get the free shipping special and have everything ready to go. All right, like the boxes. Yeah, they're cute. Aren't they cute? There's so much stuff in there, they're kind of almost too fat. You could probably just put candy if you wanted to. All right, shaking these up good. Here we go. Oops, dropped one. First winner is Brenda Crawford, the North Dakota Brenda Crawford. So I think she's on here. And the next one is Darlene Erickson. Darlene Erickson. I think she's on here too. Marie Zimmerman. And the last one is Nell De Silva. So there we go. So we've got two not claimed yet. Annie Wagner, you got one more time. Nancy, you got one more time. And then Brenda from North Dakota, Darlene, Marie, and Nell. And here's my email address to send me your address. And after you get that, stampgirl2@cox.net. Here's my address for the card contest. Or if you want to just send me a card, or send my mom a card, or Brenda. Here's the addresses for everybody. And here's the card kit. So don't forget, anybody that orders $100 or more. So when I email you, thank you, I'll say which kit do you want for the card kit. So you got to pick blue or pink for your card kit. All right. Whew. That took a long time. I was going to make a couple of them, but I think I talked too much. But they aren't really easy. If you just sit and score them all at once and then make them, they don't take any time at all. So, oh, and don't forget, free shipping on $75 or more. Starts tonight. Last chance list. Don't forget about that stuff. And the $5 product of the month. And if you're a demonstrator, don't forget to pre-order your new Spring Mini stuff. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys are safe. If it's snowing where you are, stay inside and stay warm. Oh, Darlene's on here. Okay. And I think I saw, let me see. I know I saw Brenda. Darlene's on here. I don't know about Marie or no. All right. Well, I'm going to try the spring mini that starts next month, Heather. If you're a demonstrator, we can already pre-order out of it. If you're not a demonstrator, you'll be getting it in the mail from your demonstrator probably in the next couple weeks. Probably about by the week before Christmas. Which Nancy Adams. Yep, Nancy Adams. All right, you guys. I'm going to try and be on here Thursday. I'm not going to promise anything because I have a class. Then I'm going to see my mother, and I'm going by the Cox store again. So they gave me a new modem, so I got to hook that up. So, and I got to take the old one back. So I have to go by there. I might take them a gift because they were so nice. All right, you guys. So maybe I'll see you Thursday, but I'm not sure. But definitely Saturday. So take care, everybody, and have a great week.